So how do you scale your YouTube channel and business in a healthy way? In this video, I interview Sarah Beth from Sarah Beth Yoga, and she shares how after a lot of growth on YouTube, she hit a wall and burnt out. She had to take a 12-week break and look for new ways to take her business to a new level without destroying herself. And in this video, she shares 7 tips on how she did it, coming up.
Want a copy of YouTube Secrets audiobook for free? Right now, when you sign up for a free 30-day trial of Audible, you can also get a complimentary copy of the #1 best-selling YouTube strategy book in the world. Download your copy today at tubesecretsaudio.com.
Hey, what's up? Sean Cannell here with Video Influencers, helping you build your influence, income, and impact with online video. And I'm super pumped to be here at Vid Summit with Sarah Beth from Sarah Beth Yoga. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm fired up and super pumped to have you on our channel. You've been building an incredible YouTube channel and business, and you're going to be breaking down 7 tips in this video on how you scaled everything to make a bigger impact. You're building your team, and really whether someone's just starting, strategies they should know, or if they're scaling their YouTube channel, how they can scale it faster. But for people that are just meeting you, how did this all start, and what was kind of the short origin story of your YouTube channel and business?
Well, it all started in 2010, in August of 2010, and it was really rough in the beginning. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no strategy, no schedule, no pay. But I uploaded videos about whatever was relevant to my life at the time. And about a year after I started my YouTube channel, I went to yoga teacher training, and I saw a lot of content in front of me that wasn't yet on YouTube. So I made yoga videos, and I got some traction. So I made more yoga videos, and I got some more traction. But it still wasn't very glamorous. And eventually, I made my way to where I'm at today, and I have a 6-figure business leading on 7 figures next year. This YouTube channel is thriving. I've got funnels. I've got all kinds of things that are allowing me to live the life of luxury of lifestyle design.
That's amazing and super powerful, and I'm excited to jump into these tips. And the first one is start with the end in mind. What do you mean by that?
I mean that you need to know where you're going if you want to go anywhere, because as you grow in your business, you're going to get lots of opportunities and advice, good or bad, that are going to take you in any direction. And if you even shift 1 degree off course and you don't redirect back towards your end result or your ideal outcome or your ultimate goal, then you're going to find yourself way off course and not knowing what happened.
Super, super powerful. And so what would you encourage YouTubers to do if maybe they feel like a process of getting clarity, if they feel like they don't have clarity on anything right now?
I'd say to ask yourself, what is my end result? What am I doing this for? Why am I doing this? And keep asking that like over and over again. Don't just ask yourself that once a year. Ask yourself every single time you do anything. Why am I doing this? What am I doing it for? And you'll start to narrow it down more and more. Well, I want a car. Why do I want a car? Because I want people to recognize me. Why do I want people to recognize me? Just keep going, and you'll soon find your reason.
Super powerful. Now, tip number 2 is email marketing. Sounds kind of weird when we're talking about YouTube. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so email marketing can sound really boring. I bet a bunch of people can glaze over right now, but that's a big mistake because I used to do that. I was like, I don't want to hear it. I don't know what you're talking about. But email marketing and email lists are the only thing you own. YouTube could take away your sub box, and then what? You know, Facebook could shut you down, and then what? So when you can invite email marketing into your strategy, you can actually own that audience and sell to that audience. So use YouTube to build your audience. Use your email marketing to collect your audience and then sell something to your audience.
So powerful, and we actually have a video about that if you want to check it out. I'll link it up on the YouTube card. It's one of those things that most of us as YouTubers and content creators don't think about, but it's so important, which brings us to number 3, and that is cash flow. Why is that important for scaling faster?
Money. Your cash flow is your revenue, it's your income. And I increased my cash flow. I dabbled with multiple ways to do it. But what really, really worked in the end was using email marketing to have YouTube be the top of my funnel. That whole sales funnel, that automated sales funnel then sells my membership site. So it's passive income. It's selling without me doing anything now. My membership site is a monthly or annual recurring revenue model. And then I also have consulting.
So powerful. And so let us know in the comment section below, what are your streams of cash flow right now? You know, we were just talking about so many different things, membership site and using an email list here. And a lot of us on YouTube could just be relying on YouTube ads. So what are your streams of income? And have you started making money on YouTube yet? And if you're getting value out of this video, smash the like button, because we're diving into tip number 4, which is proximity. What does that mean?
Proximity means get yourself in proximity of people that are in your industry, people that understand you. Proximity is power. So the internet is so connecting, but it's also so isolating. And I mean, I live in Denver, and there are people there that understand the internet, but within my own inner circle, not that many people understand what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, especially when I wasn't making any money. So get yourself to events like Vid Summit. Get yourself to meetups so you can be with like-minded people, and consider that maybe the people that you think right now are your competitors could actually just be your peers. And success is an abundance mindset. And if you can grab that abundance mindset and you can go to your peers and say, hey, let's grow, you'll both grow.
So powerful. And then tip number 5 for scaling is team. Talk about that.
So this year I started building a team, and I dabbled in the past with trying to hire freelancers and contractors, and I didn't know what was going on. And honestly, I think I had to kiss a couple frogs to figure it out. The solo entrepreneur gig works until it doesn't. And I did my hustle. I did my grind for just way too long, all by myself, and it resulted in years of anxiety and overwhelm. And so now I've been working on that. How can I build a team? How can I learn how to be a good leader? And I have my first full-time team member. Her name is Paige, and it's wonderful because we're building Sarah Beth Yoga together now.
That's so awesome. Tip number 6 is peak performance and this concept of kind of sharpening the saw.
Yeah, so I have 2 kids, 1 and 3. And after I had my babies, I really had to adopt self-care. I had to prioritize self-care. But even when I made self-care a high priority, it still felt like it wasn't as productive as my work. So it wasn't a high priority. And then I reread The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and the 7th habit is sharpening the saw. And that puts self-care in a whole different light, because if you go to chop down or saw down a tree, and you never take the time to sharpen that saw, you are going to waste so much time and strain yourself, and you might even have to stop completely because your saw is going to stop working, and that was pretty relatable to me. So I realize now that actually taking the time to, for me, do I need to go sit on the couch and watch a Netflix episode? Do I need to go get my nails done? Do I need to go work out right now? Do I need to go meditate, go to therapy? These are all ways that I sharpen the saw, and I think that all entrepreneurs should think about the ways they can sharpen the saw.
Man, if you're getting value out of this video, smash the like button, and thank you so much for sharing these powerful tips. We're going to drop number 7 in just a second, but we want to pass the question off to you. Which of these areas do you feel like you need to work on the most so far? Do you need to be starting with the end in mind, maybe starting to build your email list, thinking about different streams of cash flow? Tell us in the comment section below, and let's dive into tip number 7, which is your mindset. Why is that important for scaling our businesses as content creators?
It's the most important, because without the right mindset, nothing else is going to fall into place. If you have limiting beliefs, well, we all have limiting beliefs. And if you allow your limiting beliefs to actually limit you and you don't recognize them, you're going to put obstacles and barriers in front of yourself from getting what you want. So like an example of a limiting belief is a money block, money mindset. And if you continue to tell yourself things like filthy rich, or that's too much, or don't be greedy, or like money doesn't grow on trees, I'm sure you can think of a bunch of them, you're not going to get to where you want financially. So all you have to do first is just recognize these limiting beliefs. And when you can recognize a pattern, then you can break that pattern.
That is so powerful, and I can think about all the different mindsets like I've had to overcome, even mindsets of same things like related to money, like, well, why what, do I need more money? I should be content with what I have. And that's so powerful because it's really not about needing more money, even necessarily for yourself. If you're going to scale your YouTube channel, you need it for a team. You need money to sustain the mission, right? And if you want to impact people and grow, it's not really about being greedy. It's about making a greater impact in the world. You can employ others and hire contractors and travel and put on events and do more immersive things to get greater transformation in others. But it all comes back to mindset. And maybe tell us, what's a mindset that you've been struggling with? Maybe it's a mindset that you're not good enough or that you can't do this. Have you ever had a time where you realize now that you thought, oh, maybe this will never grow or this won't happen, but you've had to overcome that mindset of self-doubt or discouragement? And maybe what'd you do to break a mindset like that?
I did a lot of personal development. I'm still always doing personal development. So I'm always looking at myself and thinking, how can I improve? And when I improve, I can help impact the world. I've had mindsets before, like I thought that no one could do it better than me, which is, I look back and I'm like, what a joke, really? And like, I'm not even giving people a chance. And what am I, like, I think of myself so highly. Really, I'm not that great, There are people that can do it better than me. I used to think that I couldn't afford the good people, or that it wasn't like something that I should do with my money and my business. And then I realized that hiring people is actually an investment in my business. And isn't that the coolest thing, that you can provide an income for somebody else? When my needs were met in my business, then I was able to look out at the world and say, now what can I do?
That is so powerful. And as YouTubers, we struggle with solopreneur syndrome, Superman Trent syndrome. We do think the only one who could do it, or the only one who could do it our way. You mentioned a resource, for example. You used to do all your thumbnails, and you started to get some help. You started to get some feedback, it's the proximity principle. But then also you ended up outsourcing. What did you use? Some kind of a cool tool, right?
I used Amazing Custom Thumbnails, which is a company here. They have a booth here at Vid Summit, and it was actually last year at vidIQ that, or Vid Summit, I went to the vidIQ booth, and they told me that the thumbnails I'd been making for 8 years were a problem, and I was just like, I've been doing everything. I can't fix this. I don't know. So they wanted me to invert the color scheme because my old thumbnails had a white background that were getting lost on the white background of YouTube. You don't want your thumbnails to blend in. So they told me to invert it, have a beautifully colored background, and make the text white so it pops. Well, I was like, I can't do this now. But lucky for me, Amazing Custom Thumbnails, their booth was right next door. So I just walked right over, proximity. I said, this is what they said. And it's been a year they've been doing my my thumbnails. Since then, they're beautiful, they're branded, and best of all, I'm not doing them anymore.
Yeah. So it's about you more time and the ability to scale more. So thank you so much for adding so much value. Of course, we'll link to resources like Amazing Custom Thumbnails and all of your channels. If people want to connect with you, where can they find you online?
At youtube.com/Sarah Beth Yoga. And I also have a membership site and a Sarah Beth Yoga app.
So powerful. Influencers, if you got value, smash like and let us know which of these 7 tips do you need to work on the most when it comes to scaling and growing your business and your channel. Sarah Beth, can you leave our community with just a parting word of encouragement when it comes to the journey of entrepreneurship? Since 2010, you've been on this climb, and there's ups, there's downs. It's an emotional roller coaster. You've had to overcome all kinds of challenges. And so can you just speak some life into the video influencers community as we end today?
I'd say don't stop. Be persistent. Go for what it is that you want. So know what that end result is and keep looking at the prize. You don't have to know how you're going to get there. As long as you're focused on what it is that you want, opportunities will come your way. So just stay there. Keep going.
Sarah Beth, see you in the next one.